Hello everyone, it's time for the Grand Campaign. We're going to do all the DLC as and when they come out, of course. As of the start of this recording, 3 are out, which is the Spanish Civil War, 1939 and 1940 Axis operations, but we'll be doing them all eventually. So welcome to the Grand Campaign. Let's get started with the Spanish Civil War. And as usual, I'm going to put the combat randomness down to 10%. I don't mind a little bit of RNG to add some spice, but I personally have always felt that 50% RNG is too much. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave all the other stuff as it is, as standard. Actually, I'm going to just put unlimited undo on. Not that I will ever... I don't think I'll ever use it. But there is just one minor issue with the game, which undo fixes, which is that sometimes when you click on a particular sector, you select the sector above, and that can be really frustrating when it leads to misclicks. So... But undo fixes that. Like, it's not a problem. It's just, I will undo that if that happens, because that's pure frustration. Otherwise, I'll show you guys what I mean as well. Once we load into the game, I'll show you what I mean. You have to click on the models exactly, and sometimes when you don't, you end up selecting the unit in the square above. It also depends on your camera angle a little bit as well. Okay. So, I'm going to go with the Power 4 build. If you want to understand the reasoning behind this, I did a video in my Good to Great Guide series called Traits 2.0, where I, over the course of an hour, go through all of this in fantastic detail. Probably more detail than anyone wants to ever deal with, but hey. So, this is the setup which I'm taking. If you want to understand why, then you can go watch that video. Go watch my traits video, traits guide, and you'll understand why I'm taking this. It'll also explain why I'm taking industry connections instead of, you know, something a bit better. It's because of the denied artillery. We're going to use industry connections and trophies of war to farm artillery. Should make things interesting. The other build I could have possibly chosen is like a more of a combat build without denied artillery, which I also covered in the traits video. Shall we begin? Okay, so we gotta help the Spanish, and to that end we are not to undermine their legitimacy by deploying our own boots on the ground, as in foot soldiers. So we have only air and tanks and artillery and nothing else. So here we are with a nice introductory mission. I'm going to try and get, so far as I can, all the secrets and do all the bonus objectives. So there's only one secret and one bonus objective on this mission, which is the bonus objective is to get 5 guys into this area, I think. Yep. Get 5 guys, burgers and fries into this area. That's pretty easy to pull off. And taking this airfield is pretty easy to pull off as well. I believe that you can actually just land an aircraft there even if it's not yours, which is, as long as it's empty, which I think it is. There's 2 airfields here anyway. So that's the optionals, and the secret is if you land some troops here, you get some artillery, which we are going to want, but it's a little bit tricky to get to. What you have to do is you have to leave 1 infantry behind here, like here or somewhere where the ships can't get to it, and then pull the navy up here, and then while the navy's over here, get into into a transport and go over there. So we're going to try and do that as well. And I think you need like a transport has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd say 7 movement. I think 7. You're going to need approximately 4 turns to get over there. So we need to do that within like by turn 13 or something if we hope to get the secret. All right. Now, obviously, we can't buy artillery, but we do start with a load. We start with 2 10 centimeters, which we will never sell. And they could probably see me from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. Of course, that means I can't switch them out for 15 centimeters later, but hopefully we'll have captured loads of enemy artillery by that point anyway. Then I can just put them in reserve or something for use at a later point. I will never directly upgrade these to something else, because then I would lose them forever. So it makes no sense to do that. It makes sense to just keep them in reserve forever, and if I get different artillery which I can deploy, to deploy it separately. Okay, I'm not going to change the standard setup. The standard setup is about as good as it gets. One thing that you can do, which is kind of unique to the early game, is... So this tank has got 8 infantry attack, 5 tank attack, and 1.5x multiplier when shooting. Now, if you look at the stats for the recon car, you'll see that they're almost identical. It's only got 1 less infantry attack, otherwise completely identical to your tank. Which means that because the recon has obviously got the benefits of being a recon, i.e. the accuracy buff and also the split movement capability, it is totally superior to the tanks that you can deploy at this early phase of the game. So I would not blame anybody for getting rid of their Panzer 1As and actually just running nothing but recons early on. Obviously, you are thinking about getting EXP on a tank type unit so that you can later swap it for a better tank type unit. But yeah, the recons are actually better, and if you wanted to run 5 recons, I wouldn't blame you. You'll actually have an easier time for the first few missions. Okay. I don't think there's really anything additional to do here. So let's go. Now I've got to get used to left clicking to select and left clicking to move. Because most games it's left click to select and right click to move. This guy is actually miles behind, so I'm going to use his sprint here just to catch up. Although, to be fair, I will keep one of these to the side so that we can run off and get the secret. Alright, send in the scout plane. I can't quite remember where everything is on this mission. Oh, I'm right clicking instead of left clicking here. There we go. Okay. Let's get to work. Okay, so first things first, of course. Send in the fighters in a surround triangle formation, because that gives us the best mass attack possible. Actually, technically, it doesn't give you the best mass attack possible. The best one would be to have one here and one here and be attacking with this one. But it means that your mass attack will still be good when you then follow up with another one, so... Oh. Wow, he survived. He RNG'd his way out of that one. But you know what? If the enemy reinforces it, it's just going to mean that I will get more damage on it. So, there we go. See, sometimes that 10% matters. But not for that guy. So obviously you don't have much reach here. Start softening up this infantry. It's not particularly dangerous infantry, but nevertheless, a 15 stack of anything can hurt you, so. Boom, boom. Let's go, team. I have 2 more ships. So I'm sending artillery and tanks here because they will be the most effective things that I can send right now. Though sadly, you know, because it's 10cm artillery, it's not going to defend itself against this recon car, or this one, should they decide to attack. Okay, and that's all of our ships done. Let's prepare my other items. My other items for shipping, you know, we'll get our DHL label on there, ready to go. Ah, yes. Man, it's so good to be playing Panzer Corps again. It's been too long. It's been too long. Oh, the AA gun moved. Wow, he actually did bonus damage there. They're getting good rolls today. Not sure that really matters in this early phase in the game, but hey. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. Oh, he didn't do any damage that time, so it went my way. And down he goes. Case Blatt. Now, unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do with my... Oh, for crying out loud, that's the misclick thing that annoys me. There's nothing I can do with my tacticals right now. So yeah, I'll show you this. Here we go. It's you select units by clicking on the actual model, but it's there we go. See, it's possible to actually click within the hex or near or on this model, but actually select the plane above, even though my mouse pointer is absolutely nowhere near it, because I'm actually clicking on the tile. But you may say to yourself, "Oh well, why not just click on the actual hex itself?" But if you clip the wing of this, if you're aiming at the hex, but you clip the wing of the plane, you'll actually select the plane instead of the hex. So the priority for selection in the game... Oh god, it happened again. The priority for selection in the game is if you click on the model, then you select the model. Otherwise, you select the hex. But, depending on the angle of your camera, depends on where the hex is, and the models move. Of course, you see the planes are actually swaying around, moving around, etc. So it's actually incredibly easy to select the wrong thing, because you hit the hex behind the thing that you're actually trying to select. As you can see here, look, I'm clicking just slightly different pixels apart here, and I'm getting either the plane in front or the plane behind. But all of my clicks are within this top hex. It's a thing that you get used to, but it happens often enough that I just don't ever want it to happen. Like, I just want to be able to undo it with the undo button. It's that simple. I can't be dealing with it. Thank goodness this game has an undo button. Otherwise I'd be reloading saves to fix that issue. I don't know how they could fix it. I guess the option would be to just... If there was an option to just ignore the models and you would just select the hex to choose units in the hex, that would be ideal for me. But that is not an option that is in this game, so... Man, that unit almost looked like it was alive for a second there. Alright, tanks, it's time to go. See if I can get a recon up there as well. Okay. The efforts to cut these guys off have begun. I need another tank. Gotcha. So you can see here, this is the power. This is the power 4 at work. If I go here, I will cut these guys off from supply, and if I go here, I will get the airport. It's up to me which I consider to be more important. Well, I think cutting these guys off is more important right now. I can live without the airport for a turn, but you know, if I took the airport now, I could literally move a fighter and all of my other wings over, like, immediately, and it wouldn't be an issue. And I do actually have a spare recon car, so... I could even split it. Nah, I'm gonna be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna split this recon car into 2 bits. This is to further lock these guys in, which is one thing that I want to do, but it's also to stop this infantry from turning around and attacking my artillery, which I am now going to land. Because I'm limited into where I can put it. Oh, you can see here I could actually use it to go and get the airport, but that would be crazy. So by positioning the artillery like this, this infantry would have to go all the way around to actually get to this artillery, and if they attack the recon car, which is not a great fight for them because it's in the open, even though it's half strength, they are going to get counter-batteried. So this is a pretty safe landing that's going on here. Okay. We are on the move. You have to, if you want to get the secret, you have to use one of these infantry units, because this is high mountains, and you can only get into high mountains with infantry that does not have transport, which these are. So if you were thinking of sending one of your own units or sneaking it down and around or something early, forget about it. It's not going to happen. Forget about it. Okay, all of these boys have been moved, and there's really nothing I can do with my Air Force right now. Because this anti-aircraft gun is gonna inflict... Oh, for crying out loud. I am so used to games where it's left click to select and right click to do stuff that now I'm sat back in front of Panzer Corps. It's hurting me spiritually. Okay, that is it, I think. Yeah, because I can't do anything. I can't do anything to these while this AA gun is in peak condition, which it won't be at the start of the next turn. It'll be 4 suppressed thanks to the power 4, thanks to Deadly Grasp. Yep, that's it. If I'm lingering on the early turns here, it's only because this early part of the game, it is quite important to just get these turns correct. Okay, now, time to make them surrender. And this is where, once again, the power 4 compels you, because it allows you to split your artillery to do less damage, which allows you to inflict more suppression and less casualties. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Gears Tactics has destroyed me. Good thing I put Infinite Undo on her. I'm sure after a few episodes I will have fully warmed up. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, it allows you to split your artillery so that you can actually get more suppression in and deal less casualties, which is going to mean better captures. So he's got nowhere to go. 1 damage is all you need. So you can see here, if I use the artillery as standard, I would get a kill. And if I get a kill, then I get less loot. And wouldn't that be terrible? Oh, for... No! Stop! Oh man, it's so funny. You get so used to left click select, right click does things, that when you play the odd game where it's left click selects and left click does things and right click unselects, it melts your brain. I will get used to it. Okay. Surrender time. Yes! Got 10 of them. I can deploy a whole group. This guy only has 6 suppression, so it's going to be a little bit before... It's going to be a little bit before we can steal him. Thank you. This guy is not going anywhere, by the way. Okay, 3 turns in, loads of time, loads of turns. Okay, it is time to move our Air Force over. Now, if you remember from my previous Generalissimus campaign, you will remember that there is a pattern to this. So they start here, middle, then here, then here, then here, then here, then here, if I remember correctly. So you want to start with your tacticals because they've got short range, and you want them at the front. Oh yeah, of course, it's middle, side, then top, isn't it? Okay, well that's fine. So this one should be top. Even I can't remember the pattern now. And this should be this one. There we go. Whoa, what did he do? He just like went over here and around, like, huh? Yeah, so this, I should have gone tactical, fighter, tactical, tactical, fighter. So the next one will be here. So this is where I should send my 10 health fighter. There you go. Then next should be the scout, because that will go here. Here. There we go. This is not the ideal pattern here. I should have had a fighter here, and the 2 tacticals should have been at the front. But I forgot the pattern. Anyway. So the idea is, when you have your 3 tacticals at the front in a triangle, and then your fighters either side of them, it means that if anyone attacks the tacticals, the fighters will immediately visit hatred and fury upon them. More hatred and fury than if you had your fighters at the front and they'd attack them directly. It's actually a more defensive formation. Because when they're attacking the fighters directly, it's, you know, it's a proper combat with initiative and all the rest of it. When they attack the tactical and the fighter is next to the tactical, the fighter just gets a free hosing on the enemy, which greatly reduces their ability to actually inflict any damage. And if you have more than one fighter, then all of them get a free hosing on the enemy, whereas if they attack a fighter, that doesn't happen. So the more you know and all that. Alright, we're landed, and I'm gonna switch that to face down mode soon. I put the anti-aircraft gun face down in attack mode. How dare you, Yugi? That one person gets the reference. Get in there. Ah! Unselect first, then select, right? See, that's the thing. The priority is also different. So, this is another thing. I am definitely 100% clicking on the model here. See? But I'm still moving the plane. And the reason why it's not switching, because sometimes it will switch, is because this unit has moved. So now it has a lower priority because it's already moved or something. But I do actually want to select this unit and move it. So anyway. First set can go. The trick here is to obviously grab this airport and start dumping them out up there. I think you're meant to land your infantry here and use them to push up, but that's totally unnecessary. You can take this whole area without difficulty just using the tools provided. And I could push up here, but we have a lot of turns. This is a lot of turns. 15 turns is a lot of turns to move. I could move 1 tile a turn and still make it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I could move at a literal pace of 1 tile a turn and still make it up there in time. So no need to push the boat out, as it were. I'm not sure where the Spanish ships are, but anyway. I will hold 1 unit back at some point. Oh, here they come. Man, how much range has he got? That's like 5 range, isn't it? Oh, here comes the hero. Why did you... Oh, he's got overwhelming attack, which forces any unit to retreat. Right, okay, let's Ah! Crying out loud. Let's start moving up this side here. Oh, this thing really can't move very far and still actually maintain its attack. Okay, this area is clear. Oh, come on, unselect. There we go. Oh, no! I wanted to select this. Oh, I'm gonna get used to this at some point. Seriously. I did look to see if there was an option to change it, but there isn't. Before anyone says anything. Okay, let's move. Let's further stress this boy. And then split the anti-tank gun. Okay, cool. Nice. Not that I will ever use that because it's hot garbage, but hey. Let's not look a gift anti-tank in the mouth or something, I don't know. So he's got overwhelming attack, but at the start of the next turn he will be fully suppressed and he will therefore be unable to attack at all. So then he's dead. Then he is salvage rights. Yeah, let's just move into this clear tile. Okay. 70mm artillery. That's our first chance to get our hands on some 70mm if we want it, which I believe has 2 range? 2 range. So not really very exciting range, but we can get it. Okay, for now I'm just going to join these artilleries back together. There's no pressing reason to keep them split if it's not necessary. What I can do, I think the base entrenchment is 2 on these. I can use my fighters to damage their entrenchment. Oh, I forgot about the anti-aircraft gun. Okay, well, that's whatever. I'm just positioning these here to protect my tactical. I can't remember if there's any more aircraft on this mission, but there might be. But all I have to do is race past here and grab the airport, and I can start landing the infantry behind them. But we gotta deal with this hero first, and it's worth taking the extra turn just to get rid of him and to capture him. This is actually a pretty good vehicle that he has, if I remember correctly. Yeah, look, it's got a soft attack of 12 and a hard attack of 12. It's vastly superior to anything you can get your hands on early on. So, I will be very pleased to add that to my collection. It doesn't have rapid fire, but it is a better tank. Okay, I just gotta lock him in. Nothing else to do with my aircraft right now. See, if I remember correctly, I think if that tile is unoccupied, you can just land your infantry there immediately and commence the attack. But I'm gonna just leave it for now. I'll check if that's true next time. I can't quite remember. It has been a while since I played. It's been months, in fact. I only have 2 aircraft left. What I have to do is I need to move all of my army away and up. Right? And this guy has got like 5 range. Something crazy. I need 0 range. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, 2 destroyers. Oh, the battleship is back here somewhere, isn't it? It's like here or here or here or here or something like that anyway. I think he's got 5 range. So, yeah, we can just... go full speed. We can just lurk a unit like here or here or something, just in range of the port, so we can switch to a landing craft and get over and get the secret. But there's nothing we have to worry about right now. If we want to do that, of course, we need to lure this fleet like over here by leaving a unit here, and they'll go over and shoot it. Okay. Oh, they're on hills, so they've got 3 range. Silly me. Doesn't make the slightest bit of difference, though. Oof. Man, it's 20 strength now? Man, there's been a change since I last had a look at this mission. The battleship is 20 strength now, so it actually can inflict casualties on you. Previously, it was only like 15 or 10 strength. It couldn't actually get casualties on you. Okay, and that's it for now. I'm going to try and once again keep these to between 30 minutes and 45 minutes. And going to also get a little bit of practice in so I'm not going crazy with the misclicks. But I just really wanted in the first episode to really explain a lot of the detail and reasoning about what I'm doing and what's going on and all that kind of stuff. Now we're going to move in and try and capture this artillery, because it's important for us to capture artillery since we are denied artillery. And I'm going to capture this tank and have 12 copies of it or 10 copies of it. Perfect. I'll continue to fly these guys over, but what we need to do is take this airport. Well, I can't remember whether you can actually just fly over here and capture the airport as long as it's empty. You can just land there, even though it's not your airport. I'm thinking that you can, but I'll double check that anyway. So that's it for now. This is the beginning of a long and glorious grand campaign, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. And I already got 1,000 prestige. I disgust myself. And I will see you guys next time. I'll see you then.